Both men have fought before. Both men have experience. Zach Lawrence is coming to us from Nostos MMA up in New Hampshire. He has a 7-second knockout for New England Fights that he won back in June of 2018. So a total of 7 seconds of fight time for him, and he's making his way down to Plymouth for his second fight.
Wow, okay, yeah, so, yeah, we see Devin Powell in his corner. That's a UFC fighter, so he's definitely training with the best guys around. Nostos, a very good camp. They always bring good guys to us. He was at 7 seconds in his first fight. That is very impressive.
A 7-second knockout, and like you said, he's got Devin Powell in his corner, also Jay Mansfield, the owner of Port City Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, in his corner as well. Zach Lawrence has been an athlete for a long time, even though he's only 1-0 in his amateur career. He was a track and field athlete for the shot put and discus events back in Rhode Island back in his days when he was in school. So we got to talk about that because I was a shot put and discus guy back in the day myself.
How about that, huh?
Oh yeah, back in the exciting days of track and field.
Of course.
No knockouts there. 7-second knockout for this guy though. Wow. And he weighed in at 170, no problem. Weighed in a little light, 168 actually. And he's excited to make his Cage Titans debut. Receives a warm welcome here from this Plymouth crowd. Circles around, you know this kid's amped up. 7 seconds is not enough. Even though you get that dynamic win, you always want to prove yourself in the cage for a duration of time. And he's got a very experienced opponent coming in who's looking to jump himself back into the win column. John Ciampa, no stranger to this cage, and he's fought a who's who of opponents. Chris Silk was his first ever fight. That's a dynamic middleweight from back in the day. He has a win over Brandon Murphy, who's always a perennial contender at the welterweight division. Lorenzo Fitzgerald, Tommy Davis, Marty Navis, the last two being professional fighters nowadays. This guy's fought the who's who at 170, 185, 1-3. But the level of competition that Mr. Ciampa has faced is unbelievable. John Connor's in his corner, Dave Sheehan in his corner. I mean, he always brings it every time he steps in here.
Yeah, you know, a guy like John Ciampa, you know, coming from Connor's MMA, they're one of those camps that they don't take easy fights. They only take the toughest fights. So yeah, you look at a guy like John Ciampa and he's got a few losses, but in reality, he's fighting the toughest guys he could possibly fight. So,
and his grappling is absolutely state of the art. I mean, we've heard time and time again. John Connors was talking about his grappling skills the other day. It's just, he's faced. That's what the amateur careers are for, is to face that tough competition, get those kinks in your armor ironed out and whatnot. So he's taking a little bit of a layoff here, but always excited to see the Connors MMA guys stepping into this Cage Titans cage. You fought a Connors guy last night in Billy G and Vanilla.
I did.
Very respectable camp.
Very good camp.
As he makes his way to the Cage Titans cage, once again, John Ciampa looks ready as ever, as we give it away to Harry Jones to make this welterweight bout official.
Our next bout, 170-pound amateur welterweight matchup set for 3 rounds, 3 minutes apiece. Introducing first, in the red corner, he has an amateur record of 1-0. He's representing Nostos MMA. Let's hear it for Zach Lawrence. His opponent in the blue corner with an amateur record of 1-4. He's representing Connors MMA, ladies and gentlemen, John Ciampa.
Zach Lawrence in the black and red trunks. John Ciampa in the black with white trim. He's also got a panda on his shorts.
Nice. Panda.
I love pandas.
3 rounds, 3 minutes apiece.
Gary Foreman, our referee for this amateur bout. The cage door is shut and locked, and we are ready to go. Oh, Lawrence circles around, exit stage right, straight left hand early from Lawrence.
Southpaw. Very aggressive. Ooh, that one went right up the middle. I saw
that caught cup.
Ouch.
Oof, right in the mummy daddy button. Never fun. You've got unorthodox techniques to recover from a shot like that.
It works.
Now, so we got seeing earlier, southpaw versus orthodox matchup. Be very cognizant of the straight right hand and the straight left hand. And the southpaw, the left kick to the body, targeting that liver. Those opposite stances, always intriguing matchups. John Ciampa's got up to 5 minutes to recover here. Take all the time he needs. That was an absolutely inadvertent low blow. Nobody means to do that. But that was shin to
Zach Lawrence. He is the man on a mission. He is pumped up.
7 seconds was all he had. He's trying to slap that lead hand away and come over the top.
A lot of confidence on his face, too.
Slick movement in and out from Zach Lawrence early, but John Ciampa is an absolute
head kick.
bear.
Oh, hey.
That liver kick found a home.
And on the single, beautiful takedown from
Beautiful
Ciampa.
takedown from Ciampa indeed. Finding himself in half guard right up against the cage. And this is what he wanted.
Yeah, being the Connor's guy, Connor's jiu-jitsu is just known.
Looks like
very high level.
Lawrence is trying to dive on a Kimura. Try to use it to get up. Gets a knee in there, creating some space. Unable to get up, though. Ciampa passes over again, almost into side control.
Very good control by Ciampa, keeping him down there.
Kind of got an awkward Kimura grip, does Zach Lawrence. Just trying to keep that arm a little isolated so it's difficult to post on it. Makes it awkward, attacking for a sweep, but Ciampa decides to go to half guard the other direction. Gets out of that Kimura jeopardy.
Still on half guard here, looking for mount. There it is.
Cuts right in the mount.
Very nice.
Lawrence giving
Looking
up the back in the process. Both hooks are in. Head is isolated. Short punches from Ciampa.
Ooh, John Ciampa's opening up here.
Zach Lawrence trying to push off the cage. Full mount again. Bad spot for Zach Lawrence.
Lawrence is trying to explode, but he's got to be more technical with it. He's got to pick a side and push off.
Gotta be careful of that arm.
Yeah, it's tough to hit one of those if you got a guy with good hips like Ciampa.
Ciampa does an excellent job and just rides that position out, keeps the hooks in, keeps that back position.
Perfect.
And look at the flawless transition to mount again, keeping the hooks in. He's just like white on rice.
That's exactly what you want to do is let the guy try to roll out.
Switch cameras. I can't see that choke anymore. That might be under the chin. I can't see from
this
here.
Might be it.
Ciampa trying to switch arms.
Ciampa looking for a big win here. He's got 30 seconds to do it.
He's a little high on the back. It looks to be not under the chin. Zach Lawrence doing a good job keeping that chin tucked, fighting the wrists.
Oh, he's readjusting now.
Big points for John Ciampa regardless. Excellent dominant position being held here. And just flawless keeping that position too.
Beautiful transitions.
Zach Lawrence times an explosion out again and Ciampa stays right on him. Short time left in the round. Looks like Zach Lawrence is going to survive.
John Ciampa just grinding him though.
So we see
interesting first round.
A tale of two halves of the round. We see the speed and the dynamic striking and the power of Zach Lawrence early. Then we see that dominant grappling game from John Ciampa. Once he scored that beautiful double leg takedown, it was all John Ciampa. He was cutting through that guard left and right, did it several times, and once he got that dominant position, that mount, from mount to back, keeping the hooks in, keeping the grapevines in, outstanding top position.
Yeah, and you can tell just the difference in levels there of jiu-jitsu, where John Ciampa was just so composed, and you know every transition he was very comfortable with it. Every time Lawrence tried to explode out, he would just follow him. He would get the back mount, lose it, go to straight mount. You know, that was beautiful composure by Ciampa. Lawrence, on the other hand, he's got to realize, you know, there's definitely a deficit here in jiu-jitsu. He's got to keep this thing on his feet. He's got to open up with his strikes.
Just Ciampa did so well just floating there in that top position, just not letting himself get reversed no matter what the explosion was. Just keep the hips light, kind of let him loose a little bit, and while the body turns around there, you just lock him back on. Let it ride.
He's trying to let him tire himself out.
Both men have their confidence established. Beautiful 2-3 from Zach Lawrence.
Yeah, that's what Lawrence wants. He wants the big strikes.
Good
Ciampa.
timing on that double leg. He's got the hands clasped, and
Nice
there's
double.
another takedown up against the cage for John Ciampa.
Let's see if Lawrence can get back to his feet.
Head pressure here.
Very nice.
Keeping that body lock. Just drags him to the ground, gets one hook in, diving for the choke. Second hook in, this one not under the chin yet.
Now he's looking for it.
Now
This
that's
might be
under
it.
the chin. That's a deep, deep choke. Zach Lawrence is fighting the hands, doing what he can. Looks like he might have a finger in between that forearm, but Ciampa
he's
switches
got the
to that body
triangle.
triangle. There's
That's
the tap. John
Wow.
Ciampa finds himself in the win column again.
First finish of the night.
Relentless pressure from Mount from the back. He cinched up that body triangle flawlessly, got that arm under the chin, just squeezed that choke in. That was the third time he went for it, and the third time was too much. Zach Lawrence, that forced the tap. Absolutely, that was a boa constrictor move right there.
Yeah.
Had him suffocating on two different levels.
Yeah, and Ciampa, I'm just so impressed with this guy. I mean, just the composure, the comfort in the cage, everything about that performance was phenomenal. He went in there, he knew he had the advantage on the ground, took it to the ground, and it never let up. Lawrence, on the other hand, very tough guy. You know, he's got to look at this and realize, you know, maybe he got some deficits to work on the ground, but, you know, very tough guy. I'd love to see him come back again.
Dynamic striking. John Ciampa knows he was in a fight.
Yeah,
Without a
absolutely.
doubt.
Yeah, he got cracked a couple times.
Oof. What a fight. Harry Jones is set to make it official.
All right, let's get another big round of applause for these two competitors. Give it up. "55 seconds into the second round, referee Gary Foreman called this matchup, giving you your winner, submission by rear naked choke, John